Hello, Drama 20s, and today we are continuing our unit on tech theater, and today we are going to be looking at a very specific element of tech theater, and that is the element of stage lighting. Ooh. And so with stage lighting, we have a couple learning outcomes that we will be having. So that is, you will be able to understand the purpose of stage lighting, as well as we will touch briefly on the psychological implications of color, angle, and intensity when creating a mood with stage lighting. So for this lesson, you will need a pen or pencil as well as some paper or a notebook, because what I want you to start off with is, what is lighting to you? I want you folks to take about 2 minutes or so just to reflect quickly on what lighting is to you. There are a couple key points I want you to keep in mind while you are doing this reflective writing. I want you to consider, what is the purpose of lighting, what are some examples of lighting, and what are some places that you can think of that have specific lighting that are associated with them. So that can be something related to your room, of your interest, anything that you can think of, write it on down, and I would love to be able to see those examples in the comments, and I'll give you those 2 minutes now. Awesome, Drama 20. So I assume you guys have done a little bit of the work here. So what have you come up with? Some of you might have assumed like the fancy lighting in a fancy restaurant, the candlelit dinners and stuff like that. Or you might have thought of the bright lighting of a grocery store. Even if you have something different, I would love to hear your opinions, so write them in the comments. So just to begin, stage lighting is indeed the use of equipment to provide illumination, establish emphasis, create mood, and define time and place. So essentially, lighting is definitely a tool where you can illuminate the performance area and enhance the experience of the audience and display of the subject being showcased. Now, with lighting, there are 4 key purposes I find that have a big role in what lighting is, and that is mood, setting, focus, and flow. I believe these are the 4 key purposes of lighting. So let's start off by looking at these individually. So to start off, we have mood, and mood refers to the dominant emotion aroused in the observer. So essentially, what kind of emotion are you getting from looking at this at the stage? And so take a look at this image, and I want you to write down on your pen and paper, what is the first emotion that strikes you with this harsh red lighting? What is the kind of emotion that you get and the atmosphere you get from this image alone? Next, we have setting. Setting refers to obviously the created visual illusion of a time and place on stage. And so this can be done through various lighting techniques and different color schemes, as well as the inclusion of gobos and projections, which is something we will get into later as well. Take another look at this image as well. What kind of setting elements are you able to pick up from this one? Next, we have focus, which refers to the ability to direct attention or interest to an identified point on stage. This is most commonly done through the use of spotlights and different levels of intensity through lighting. So as we can see from this images here, Drama 20s, you can see that there's a whole blackout around this one area. So another idea is that it also incorporates flow, where, say, for example, in another area where it is a blackout, we could be getting ready for another scene. And so that leads us on to, obviously, flow, where flow refers to the ability of lighting to create transitions between scenes. So as I just mentioned, it does have to do a lot with focus, where, for example, the highlight of the stage could be on one side, where the other side that's in a blackout or a brownout could be getting ready for the next scene. And most importantly, Drama 20s, flow refers to the passing of time. And so I want you guys to look at these 3 images that are popping up on your screen now. I have them nice and blown up. That way you can take screenshots if you wish and pause and look at them in more detail. So these are 3 images of the same set, just with different lighting cues. And so what I want you to do is I want you to notice what you see about mood, setting, focus, and flow for each of these images. I'll flash them all up on screen right away here. And so take a deep look at these and see what comes up for each of these categories. I'm actually going to have you write out a table similar to the one I have on screen right now. So I want you to take just a couple minutes to yourself, pause the video if you feel, and just write down whether keywords, a couple words that go into each of these settings. And for the most outstanding element, which one of the lighting do you think stands out the most? Awesome. Welcome back, Drama 20. So we're going to be looking at specifically the mood, setting, and focus for each of these images. I would love to hear what you thought was the most outstanding element in the comments, so please let me know, as well as your other examples. So for the first one here, first image, for the mood, setting, and focus, I definitely have, based on the coloring, a peaceful time, a nighttime, and this focus is on center stage thanks to the spotlight. For image 2, I definitely have a more of a dangerous kind of feel, and this is paired with the evening setting with the oranges, and the focus is on the group with the spotlight as well. Obviously, image 3 is a little bit more scary, a little bit more devilish, and we have the focus on stage right with the spotlight and the special case of the setting. Now, this ties into next lesson, which is the psychology of lighting. And the psychology of lighting basically refers to the psychological implications of color, angle, and intensity when creating a mood. So as you can see here, Drama 20s, it's not really depicting a setting mostly, but more an emotion or a feeling, contributing to that mood that we discussed earlier. Lighting doesn't always have to be about setting or anything like that. It can definitely be more about the atmosphere, the mood. What do these images speak to you? Especially this image here. You can see that there are different areas where different moods are being illustrated. And that is all for today, Drama 20. So I want you to go down in the comments and write some reflections of what you learned, what you have some questions about. And as always, we will see you next time. Thank you so much, Drama 20s, and we'll see you soon.